So hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've come up with a daft little idea for tonight. I'm sick of watching the TV and I need some exercise, so I'm going to go out and do my 5k run, but I'm going to do it on the Whiteley wind farm. So it's pretty bleak up here, pretty windy, always kind of windy for obvious reasons. But I'm also going to take a break, probably 2.5k into it, try out putting up the tent in the dark. That's the new pre-tense border tent. And then I'm just going to have a wee tea break. I was going to have a dinner break and sit in there for a while, take it easy, just see how easy it is to pitch. But I've forgotten my dinner. But I've also got a giveaway, which I'll tell you about later, if you're interested, just a wee bit of kit. So as always, it's pretty bleak. Head torch on, not a hell of a lot you're going to see, but we'll start the walk and we'll start running shortly into the middle of nowhere. But yeah, so it's I'm just doing a warm-up walk. Then it's about 2 to the point, one of the highest points at Whiteley. We'll have a crack at this and see how we get on. Oh, you can hear my stove rattling. Noise of that pot, it's driving me mad. Blackwood Hill viewpoint, 450 metres, that's me. Okay, nearly there. Bloody hell, too old for this game. Imagine taking up running it. Suspect there might be a bit of swearing in this video. Oh, not far now. Made the top. Okay, I'm at the highest point. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, made it to the top. And I'm thinking just somewhere over here, I'll try and find a pitch spot. And we'll get the tent up for some shelter and a wee hot drink. It's pretty much on the 2.4, yeah, 2.5k. Right, somewhere about here will do, I think. And one tent. Nice and breezy up here anyway, that's for sure. Oh, Christ, it's going to blow away. Let's put the tent on there for a minute. We'll get the poles just to hold this down, I think, at the moment. Apologise now, folks, that this is a real throw it together job. It was a last minute idea. The thought of being at that television again tonight, watching inane rubbish. Apart from the YouTube videos, there's some good YouTubers out there which I enjoy watching. Just stood in yet another giant cow turd. I am so over cattle. I've also pre-attached the vestibule, which is the way I'll probably do it when I'm in the hills, so it's really just a way of testing myself to see how quickly I can get the thing up. Let me just check I've got the poles right into their ends. Yeah, that looks okay. Not quite as warm as I thought it would be. Right, side guys. Done. Other one on the other side. I don't know if you saw my previous video, but this uses your walking poles as a support for the porch. So I'm just going to have to faff around with these for a minute. Bear with me. Pretty much perfect timing as well because the rain's just coming back on. Let's put that there. Right, we just need to tighten it up now. Guy line at the front to hold this vestibule if it's not trapped on something, which it appears to be. There you go. Okay. So, we're getting there. I haven't actually tightened anything up properly yet, but I hope you can still see this on video, guys. I've got the brightest setting on my head torch at the moment just to conserve a bit of power. The glinting there is all the mess I made of the silicone sealant last night as I moved it around on the table. So I haven't actually velcroed on the poles yet to the fly sheet, so they're probably moving a bit more than it should, but we'll do that now. Cannot believe I put the vestibule right over the biggest cowpat you could find. Right, okay, I'm in. Let's get zipped up under cover. Big temperature differential in here, it's great. Feels so much cosier. The smell of sheep shit is quite ripe. It's a wee bit soggy. Yeah, it's a bit fresh. It's all over my shoes, so I'm going to get them off. Just get inside the inner for a minute and we'll get the cook set out. But yeah, that wasn't too bad actually. I think the secret to this tent is probably to keep the vestibule attached to the fly sheet if you're going to use it. And then you really just have to peg the main tent, pull up the main tent, peg out 4 corners, pop your walking poles in, and you've got the basic structure. It'll take a bit of practice. Great for solo use, tight as always with a assault tent for 2 people, but yeah, I'm loving it for solo. And a nice lightweight with the option to take the porch or don't take the porch, depending on whether I'm bike packing or backpacking. Yeah. Nice to be out of the wind. It wasn't that strong, just a stiff breeze to be honest. I've still got the remains of the weekend's food in here as well, and that's been through the dishwasher. It's actually quite hard to find somewhere to put the camera without getting covered in poo. This is going to be an interesting one because you cannot vent to the top of the vestibule on this model because it's not a 2-way zip. Oh, you bugger. So there'll be an instant build-up of heat and fumes, I imagine. So I think what I'll probably have to do is behind the camera there is just undo the zip back up again, but it's a long reach out to there. I'd really love to just be able to open it here or have a sideways zip running down by the pole to one side. I'm going to mention that to Pretense and see if they can maybe consider it for a redesign. I've opened the door very slightly at the bottom just now, just for a wee bit more breeze. The other thing I noticed about this tent is when you've got the vestibule over it, you're actually effectively blocking your archway, the pole guys at the front. However, it looks like the equaliser can drop right down to the bottom, the ring, and then you can pop it out. So you've got at least some guy lining to the front. But for instance, on the Black Diamond, they designed it so it would go right through a hole in the vestibule, so you could still continue to guy as normal. Probably should open these wee side vents actually. Just make sure that we get some more air in here. There we go. And that'll keep the bugs out just now rather than keep them fully open. So, cheers everybody. Thanks for sticking with this little video this long. I'll tell you about the giveaway shortly when we get on the move. But yeah, I was actually out in this tent at the weekend. I used it without the porch. We went bike packing in the Borders, which was good. But we left just about darkness on the Saturday night, I think it was. No, Friday, sorry. Friday night, and within an hour I punctured virtually in pitch black in the middle of nowhere. Shouldn't be an issue. The tools I brought didn't fit. We didn't have puncture repair patches, which we thought we had. And it's an electric bike, which means you've got to, in theory, take the whole wheel off with these big spanners, but none of them fitted. So in the end, I managed to raid my first aid kit and used the blister packs, you know, the wee blisters, I forgot what they're called, Compeeds. Yeah, we actually ended up using a Compeed blister pack and put the plaster on the inner tube without taking the tyre off. We just pulled it out, put it back in, and it lasted the 2 days, which was amazing. But I also ran out of battery with half a mile to go on the way back to Innerleithen. So we had to curtail the journey slightly, partly because we've been using lights at night for so long. I'll show you a wee clip of it anyway. Well, good morning everybody. It's a wee bike packing overnight in the Borders Hills. That's Richard's tent there. We've just woken up 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. My first night in the Pretense Border. Had a very nice comfortable night, apart from my mat failing on me, unfortunately. So that had a slow. Richard's bike over there at the background. My bike should be there as well, yep. And we're going to head out now for about another 20-mile day run, hopefully. Richard's away getting water at the stream down there. And we had a little small, well-contained fire dug into the ground, which will leave no trace. But yeah, we'll start heading again shortly. Let's get a wee cup of tea and then we'll pack up and we'll do the run back. You can hear the wind turbines just turning over and banging. So, yeah, probably 10, 15 mile an hour if that. But the tent itself is pretty quiet and it's certainly slicing the wind. The wind is coming towards the vestibule, which I think is the way I'll have to pitch it. I think the tail end is just a wee bit too fragile. just a bit too vulnerable because there's no centre pull out at the back there. So this is definitely the way to pitch it into the wind. So yeah, I should be out this weekend, and I was hoping to go up to Glencoe maybe, but this was just a quick run, basically my normal 5k run with a wee bit of extra added in and a chance just to try it. Okay, let's get out of here. Poles out first, I guess, without getting totally covered in merd. Oh, it stinks in here. That was bad, Andy. You could have chosen somewhere a little less fruity. Yeah, unfortunately no real test in that wind. Absolutely stable as anything. I wouldn't expect anything less because it's not blowing in any great sense. Oh, thank God for that. My calves are bursting. Wowee. Right, okay. Thank you so much everyone for watching this to the end. Basically, I'm done, I'm dusted. We've done about 6k or something like that, 6.6k actually. Yeah, I forgot the food. What a disaster. Right, before I go, I have a Nightcore NU27 to give away. This is their brand new head torch, I believe. It's a multi-temperature LED head torch. You probably saw it in my previous video if you watch my TTY 1 review. You'll see me using it in more detail there, so I won't go into it. But yeah, it's about, I think, £40 retail roughly. It's got a really nice headband on it. It's got a whole range of LEDs here, up to 400 lumens. It'll do SOS, it'll do red, and it has different, unique, different temperature LEDs. That's it now going to a kind of more warm colour, which is really good in the tent. But I definitely use the blue colour when I'm actually out running there. It's much clearer. Anyway, I'm going to give one away. I'll probably announce the winner on the 5th of November. All you need to do is just drop a comment below the video. Just tell me if you want one or why you want one. That's fine. Just a wee comment, that's great. And I'll randomly choose one using a number generator. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully be out in the hills this weekend trying that tent for properly or for real. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks again.